finally on my motorcycle for a nice long ride. I haven't done this. Today's should be about a 8-hour ride. So I got myself a Ninja Z650. So there's my bike, and I love this bike. It's just so nimble, so nice to handle. It rides super, super nice, and I'm here with my buddy Richard. So he's going to be guiding and navigating, and I'm just going to be following. He's a much, much more experienced guy. How long have you been riding?
Since I was 15, 16.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm in good hands. He's been riding since he was like 15 or 16. I used to ride, and then I stopped for a few years, and I'm just getting back into it. I'm super excited because it's just a lot of fun. It's a total de-stressor. You know, parts of the ride, I feel like I'm like a jet fighter pilot, and I can let go of all the mental strain and stress. So it's super, super nice. And Richard has he's got a kind of a step up, a bigger bike. He's got a Triumph Tiger 800, and it's a beautiful bike. So we're all geared up. We have our motorcycle gear on, my shirt, my helmet, my gloves, my super duper, super protective motorcycle pants. I've got protection on my chest and my knees and my legs and my elbows. We're all geared up. You got to have the right gear because this is a dangerous sport. So today we're going to a place called Kuala Mu, and it is about 250 miles from our starting point here in Penang on the island, 250 miles out, and then 250 miles back. We're going to go through a lot of twisties. We're going to go through farm fields, rice fields, paddy fields, probably some of the big fruit that's around here. We're going to see some of that, maybe some jungle as well. I think there may be a little bit of gravel at the end. Okay, so Richard says we're basically going into the middle of the jungle. So this should be pretty exciting. We're packing our water with us, our food with us, because we may not see that over there. So I'm super excited. It's the longest ride I've done in many years. So 8 hours. We're probably going to be out most of the day, so like 12 hours. I'm excited. I'm super excited. So we're going to video this whole thing and share it with you guys. I hope you enjoy the ride. So we rode about an hour and a half. We're stopped at this little kind of village here, and we're just getting a little oriented, checking our destination. So we have another hour, so we're making pretty good time. Yeah, we're making pretty good time. We hit the highway on the way here, and we picked up some pretty nice speed. I think I got the bike up to 145. I chickened out. That's 145 kilometers an hour. I forget what the miles per hour on that is. I'm slowly converting into the metric system. Living here in Malaysia, you know, everything is miles and pounds in America, but they're slowly converting these. I'm becoming a traitor to the American system. I know Richard was like at some points trying to get to me, and he was just zooming past me. I don't even want to know what the maximum speed Richard has done on the highway. I don't want to know. I think that's one of those things that we don't want to admit on camera. He's not going to share that, which is probably very wise because our wives are probably going to watch this. But anyways, we're making good time. About another hour to go, and then we should get there. So more to come. So we just made a pit stop to get some gas. I was running low a little bit on gas. We're at this little pit stop kind of gas station here with a little shop. And then we decided to get a little bit of coffee. Unfortunately, Malaysian coffee is a lot of cream and a lot of sugar. And to find black coffee, it's kind of hard outside of the, big cities. Of course, we ended up getting iced coffee, Nescafe. Nescafe is a really, really big brand here. It's probably got a decent amount of sugar, but it's better than the condensed milk that they put in the regular Malaysian style coffees, and then they pour on the sugar. Sugar and obesity is a big problem in Malaysia. I don't know, they're kind of behind the West in terms of recognizing that. It's a big, big problem here. So right across from us, Richard was telling me all of these trees that you see behind me, I thought they might be coconut trees, but Richard said they're all palm trees because Malaysia has a huge palm oil industry, or as they say here, kilometers and kilometers of palm trees like that. They're really nice to look at. So anyways, taking a little break. Richard discovered his water pack is leaking a little bit. So we've got a little bit of a situation on his seat, but I think he's probably been through a lot more worse than this. So we'll survive. stopped at another little town. We don't really know what the name of this town is, but it's got like really country. Got like huts and a couple of sleeping duggies right there. People live here. I mean, we can see there's a rooster walking around there. Why did the rooster cross the street? There's a nice little waterfall. So nice to just get out, middle of nowhere. Wow, look at that. This is beautiful. So we're surrounded by hills and countryside. Let me show that to you. So we've started hitting a little bit of gravel, a little bit of mud, ride kind of slowly through that. So that's been fun actually. So we stopped here for a minute just to kind of catch our breath, and then we're gonna keep going. This is a cool little hut right here. I like the. There's a couple of, I guess, lawnmower things. So I guess they're doing some maintenance here or something. And there's our babies. Did you give this thing a name? No. I know a lot of guys like to give their bikes names, but I don't know. I think that's over the top. And a lot of guys say she, you know? They call the bike a female. I don't even know how I feel about that. It's just a good machine. That's the way I see it, you know? But when you ride it so much, it really becomes like part of you. So the adventure continues. I say bye to the roosters and sleeping dogs in this tiny little village. Go explore some more villages. So we're just going to walk through some of these houses. Hopefully it's not like, well, I guess it is private property, but hopefully we're not bothering them. We're just kind of walk through this little village and see what else is going on here. That's interesting. They got some water tubs up there. I guess they collect the rainwater and use that. So we'll see what's at the top of this hill. Man, I remember, you know, I was actually born in a kind of a village, I guess, in Pakistan back in 1969. And then we immigrated to Canada. My dad was in the Greek shipbuilding industry, if you can believe that. There was a huge Greek shipbuilding industry back in the 60s and 70s. And so my dad went from Pakistan to work there. And then Canada opened up their doors. Holy smokes. I'm out of breath. Whew. Canada was opening up its doors to immigration and was inviting everybody to come over there. So my dad immigrated and invited us, and I was 5 years old with my mom and my younger brother who was 4. So it was the 3 of us moved into Montreal, Canada, and then I moved to the States for greener pastures, and then earlier this year I moved to Malaysia. You know, we just took a shortcut. This was not planned. And we get to discover. Don't know where this trail is going. It's just beautiful to be able to get out. So this is a nice long, it's a full day ride for me, which, you know, I haven't done in many, many years. I'm a rider. Used to ride and then I stopped for many years. Life gets in the way, get too busy. But then I said, you know what? I got to balance work and life a little more. I'm so glad I did, because it really helps. It's like a yin and yang. Taking time off helps my work just from a creativity standpoint and letting go all the stress and pressure and everything else. So this trail is just continuing and continuing. I'm wondering if I should wait for Richard now. I don't want to get too far ahead of him, but you can see here, like, it's up and down, up and down. It's a nice little workout. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's took off his jacket, which is probably pretty smart. I should probably do the same. It's getting hot now under the sun, wearing all black gear. So we're just gonna continue on this little trail. Honestly, you know, Richard, when you asked me for coming out today, my instinct was to say no, because it's a weekday, right? And I typically work, you know, during the week, but I'm super glad I said yes, because work-life balance, you know, we all work way too much. One of the perks of working for myself is I can make my own weekend. I can decide a Friday is a Saturday or a Sunday and work around that way, you know? So yeah, man, I'm super glad you did invite me on a Friday. I think we're coming up to the end of the trail. Oh, wow. That's a nice climb. Look at that. That's a nice workout. Well, that's one way to lose weight. Wow, this just keeps going into the jungle here. That's beautiful. All right, I decided to just keep walking a little further, explore a little more. The smoke is getting really thick now. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's some smoke right there. It's probably the local farmer is burning off some crops or something. I don't know. Do I sound like I know what the hell I'm talking about? I have no knowledge about farming or crops, but that's what I'm going to assume. Wow, so more huts, so more people living here. And the only way in is by walking, you know, down this trail. That's a good workout. Wow, look at that. Some nice platforms here. Yeah, so they are burning some crops. I can see it right there. Oh, wow. I see some falls up ahead. That looks spectacular. I suspect there's probably no electricity here either. Look at these huts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some more up there. Probably about a dozen huts over here. I wonder what the sign says. I can't understand Malay. This is really, really nice. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so glad we decided to walk further. Wow. Oh, that is just spectacular. Oh my God. Oh man, I am so glad we decided to walk further. That is just gorgeous. Holy moly. Oh man, that is just gorgeous. Good job, Richard. That is absolutely beautiful. I think I may have to bring the family back to visit this. That looks like a great place to take a dip right there. You know what? I'm gonna take off my jacket because I am seriously sweating. All right, that's better. So let's go see these spectacular falls. It's so amazing. That's the view that you get. It's kind of hard to see on the camera because the middle of the day, very, very bright, but it's absolutely stunning. It's like two falls that go straight up. Look at that. And you can take a dip right over there, right there. Yeah, it's too bad I didn't bring my swimming trunks. There's Richard. That's a good idea. He's in the water. Well, that's Malaysia, guys. That's Malaysia. It's beautiful. Mountains and rivers. It's rough, but it's absolutely, some spots, they're just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. So I gotta get in the water nice and cool. I can feel the mist. Richard is already in the water. Smart. You got in the water? Are you gonna go all the way in? Richard's braver than me. He's just going right in with his gear and everything. Be careful. It's just so beautiful. The mist is coming in. It's just so nice. I can feel the mist. It's just beautiful. There's Richard. I hope he doesn't fall. Those rocks are really, really slippery. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just covered with mist. So beautiful. Wow. I think I'll have to come back with the family for sure. Absolutely stunning. You get right in the water and cool off like Richard is doing. How was it? Cool down? Looked like fun. I think you got a nice shot with the camera. Yeah. Well, this is one for the books, guys. This is a beautiful, there's our flag of Malaysia. Just went through a bunch of twisties in the road, and man, that was there's a few, how should I put it, sphincter tightening turns. I had to slow down the bike really to crawl like down to second gear because, you know, just sharp turns, some switchbacks going back and forth. I think I murdered a couple of, you can see right here, the yellow right there. I murdered a couple of butterflies. So we stopped on the side of this highway. Richard is changing the batteries on his camera. We're gonna keep going through these twisties, but man, it's just beautiful, just cruising back and forth, leaning left and right under the canopy of the trees. So just going to continue to do some more of that. Good to go? All right, good to go. All right, so we're checking out these huts, these bamboo huts. There's a sign over here, Jaga Kebrishan, Kawasaki. Of course, I have no idea what that means. So I guess you can rent these huts and stay overnight. Have you ever stayed at one of these huts with the family, camping style? Not with the family, yeah. I guess you'd be roughing it a little bit. But look at this little guy here. I bet he's coming for some food. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, buddy. We don't have any food. Sorry. People probably feed you, but unfortunately, we don't have any food. So there's the stream, really, really beautiful. It'd be nice to get down into the water. Wow, look at that. All these butterflies doing here. Isn't that amazing? Like a little welcome surprise, little welcome dance they're doing for us. So we're off on another trail in Kuala Mu. We passed the campsite with all of the huts, the bamboo huts, and now we're just following this trail that's running beside the creek over here. All right, so Richard went ahead and got in the water. He braved the water, and I think I'm going to do the same. I've got a nice little neighbor following me here. I think he he's dancing. He's enjoying it. Holy smokes, that's cold. Oh, man. So yeah, we're waded in the water. What a nice way to cool off after that hour and a half sitting on top of a overheated engine on the bikes. Gonna take a dip? I think the sun will be out. It might be a good idea. Take a dip. I'll do that too. All right, go for it. You first. If Richard goes in, I'll go in. Oh, this is just so beautiful, guys. This was worth the 2 hours. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cold. Our buddy is watching us. He's having fun. He's like, who are these weird foreigners? Well, what are they doing in this river? Hopefully, if you don't take a dip and the phone ends up in the water, that would not be good. Oh, the water's getting deeper. Oh, it's getting deeper. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, that's it. I'm just gonna dunk. I'm just gonna dunk. Oh, that's cold. Oh, but it's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, and the bottom is all sand. That's really nice. Go ahead, get in, man. Richard wanted me to check it out first, see what happens. But it's beautiful here. Oh, God, this is good. This is so nice. After the hours of riding on a hot engine. All right, we just got to make sure that I'm always on stable ground here. More worried about the phone than anything else. Okay, yeah, it's definitely getting deeper. It's nipple weather. Now I just hope these waters are not polluted. Probably would have been a good thing to check first, Richard says. He's enjoying the water. Once you get in, you're fine, you know? But getting in part that hurts. But once you're in, God, this is so nice. So Richard says that the water should not be polluted since it's coming straight down the mountain. All right, I'm about as deep as I can go, and then I'll be swimming. But there it is. There's the falls. If I didn't have the camera, I'd probably just swim up there. That probably would be nice. Yeah, we're on a bank, I think. I think it's deeper right over there and right over there. We're kind of on a little bank here. Oh, what a nice way to spend a Friday. It's funny, you know how... Thanks for the splash. You don't want to lose your boot. So we just wrapped up our little swim, and the falls continue down there. Take a look at that. So now we're gonna dry out a little bit and then hit the road. But that was so needed. That was so nice. And there's our friend. All right, so we just wrapped up. We're walking back to our bikes, and looks like our new friend is following us. He actually asked us for money a couple of times, but we decided not to give him any money. So now we're nice and wet, but shoes are squishy and wet, but it actually feels really, really nice. So we're taking a little hike back to our bikes, and then we'll get back on the road. We had our glorious lunch of 2 bars and a little bit of water that I had left. One thing I've taken a note is I definitely need to gear up. You know, guys and gals who go on these bike adventures, they're fully geared up. They've got like luggage and all the necessities, and I just got my bike about a month ago, and so I need to gear up on all that stuff. But it's fun communing with nature, you know, just touching base with Mother Earth. Feels great. So that was totally enjoyable. So we just pulled off on the side of the highway just to take a little break, rest our wrists. You know, they've been kind of stuck in that riding position for a few hours. This is like in the middle of the mountains. We passed a couple of bridges. That was really, really nice. Right now, the time is 5:30, and we left this morning around 8:20. So let's say around 8:30. So 8:30 and 5:30, so we're looking at about almost 9 hours of riding. And I was scared actually that I wouldn't last, because it's the longest I've done is just a few hours as a re-rider. But 9 hours, I gotta say, I'm not too tired. I was really worried about that I might just kind of like get too tired. I don't know, my butt's got used to the seat, you know, instead of like that first time we went for like an hour and I was pretty sore. But now we've been on the road for like almost 9 hours, maybe about 8 to 9 hours. I guess it's also the bike. The bike is really, really comfortable, and the road has been pretty nice as well. I think I could do a multi-day trip, or maybe I'll stick with, you know, a day-long trip for a few more times and then see how that goes. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so glad, you know, that I was able to do it. Oh, it's so serene here. We just listen. You can hear a waterfall somewhere, and that's about it. Oh, the birds. I hear the birds, and I hear a waterfall somewhere. But it's just so nice. One thing I still gotta get used to, and sometimes I forget, is the side of the road to drive on. You know, I've been here 9 months now in Malaysia, and you know, it's instinct. So I gotta be very, very conscious of that. Sometimes I have the habit, because I've been driving for decades in the US on the right side of the road. Here they drive on the wrong side of the road. Richard doesn't think so, but I think they all drive on the wrong side of the road. So I have to remember that. Oh, there it is. There's the waterfall. So we're gonna go see the waterfall. That's what Richard is checking out. There's like a lot of these bridges that we've crossed, just crisscrossing the jungle and the mountains. Oh, you're going to enjoy this view. This is a really, really nice view. Wow, look at that. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Wow, that's amazing. That is just amazing. I wonder if they get their water supply from here. Yeah, there's like waterfalls all over Malaysia. They're just everywhere. Wow, and look at that behind me. See the mountains? You can see some clouds up there. Just gorgeous. Stop for gas, and we are completely soaked. I mean, just the only thing that's dry is our head, but otherwise we got caught in the rain, and I am drenched. Like my jacket, my shirt, you can see here, my pants, my shoes, my socks, you can see water. See that? Water coming out of them. We're completely drenched. We got caught in the downpour. And what are you going to do? You just keep going, right? You got to watch out for the cows that are crossing the road in the middle of the rain, and the big trucks with all their mud flaps and big splashes they make in their wake. You got to watch out for that. Always stop for gas. This is my view while I'm riding. The biggest challenge is on your visor, it gets full of raindrops, so it gets really hard to see. And then because your helmet is closed, it condenses a little bit, so you get a little bit of fog inside. So it actually gets pretty dangerous. So, you know, we slow down our speed. And then the only way we can clean our visor is basically as we're riding, we just turn our head, because that gives the helmet a little turn, and the raindrops will slide off. And then you turn this way, and the raindrops slide off that way. Yeah, let's get a coffee. I'm gonna hit the restroom. You want to just keep an eye on my stuff too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
See you.